Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing some age gap book recommendations. This video is a collab with Michae from Oh Hey It's Michae, so make sure to go and check out her video and her channel in general. If you like similar books to me, then you'll definitely love her channel. I'll leave the link in the description. So let's just get right into the recommendations. So the first recommendation is Praise by Sarah Kate. This is like spicy. Like if you want some smut basically, then this is, you know, the book for you. So this is about Emerson and Charlie. Charlie has just recently broken up with her boyfriend and she has gone to get a check from him for like their rent or something, and the check is with her ex's dad. So she goes to the office to get it, and Emerson accidentally, you know, misplaces her and thinks that she's someone else, and that is where it all starts. And Emerson owns a club and it's all based around that, well, the whole series is. And they are discovering things about each other, especially Charlie. She's like discovering things about herself that she didn't know before, and it's just very, very good, and I highly recommend this if you, like I said, want something very spicy. Then going along with that, I also recommend Mercy by Sarah Kate. This is the fourth book in the Salacious Play series. So this is the first book, which I forgot to mention, but then this is the fourth book. And this is actually younger man, older woman. Now, normally I'm not into these kind of, you know, age gaps where the woman's older personally, but this one I actually didn't mind. I actually loved this one because the story and everything around it just made it so much more better. So this book is actually about Emerson's son, who's Charlie's ex, and you know, I just love the fact that we got his story as well. Like, I didn't think we would. So this book is about Beau and Maggie, and Beau, you know, at first was against the club that his father owned and thought it was gross and just didn't agree with it, but then eventually he ends up, you know, going there and discovering things he didn't know about himself as well, kind of like Charlie in the first book. So he ends up finding out that he actually, you know, enjoys this club and, you know, like I said, figures new stuff out about himself, and Maggie also helps him with that. So yeah, love this book and I highly recommend. Next book is Balance by Lucia Franco. So this is one of my favourite series. I think about this series constantly. So this book is about Kova and Rhea, and Kova is Rhea's, also known as Adriana's, coach, because she does gymnastics. But this isn't just about the age gap, it isn't just about the romance. You also see her struggling and how hard gymnasts have to work and what they go through. Like, you experience everything, and some people see this as like a toxic relationship. I don't think it is in a sense, but it's not just that. You actually see the real problems that can happen in a relationship, especially a taboo relationship like this where he's her coach and she's the gymnast. Like, you actually see the proper struggles, and you generally feel the love that they have for each other. Like, I don't think I've ever felt a stronger love than this. Like, absolutely love this whole series. I highly recommend, and funny enough, I only read this series because of Michae, so thank you. So I'm so grateful that this series is in my life. Like, I can constantly reread this and never get bored. Okay, next is Unconditional by QB Tyler. This I have talked about a lot on my channel, so if you've been here for a while, you would know. But this is one of my favourite books ever. Like, I have reread this 3 times. This book is about Cal and Maddie, and Cal found Maddie in the closet when she was 8 years old, and he basically saved her from a traumatic thing. He's a police officer, so he went on a case, and it turned out that Maddie's father killed her mother, then he killed himself, and it was quite like a traumatic, like horrific scene. And so Cal helped Maddie escape that. But then Cal had, you know, took Maddie in because she kind of like got attached to him. Then 10 years later, she's 17, almost 18, and she's always had a crush on Cal. But then Cal starts to gain feelings for her, and it is very interesting. And again, you also do feel the connection between them as well, which I absolutely love. So yeah, this is very taboo. If you're just getting into the tabooness, I wouldn't recommend this, but if you're not and you love taboo books like me, then definitely read this. Next is Love Unexpected by QB Tyler. So this is a stepfather stepdaughter romance. So this book is about Dominique and Stasia, and Stasia's mother had just passed away, and obviously Dominique was married to her mother, Stasia's mother, and Dominique and Stasia kind of had like a rocky relationship. They didn't really get along. But when Stasia was younger, because he's her principal at school, when she was younger and he first became the principal, she did have a crush on him. But then as she sees it, her mother got to him first. And then, like I said, unfortunately her mother passed away, and they're both kind of grieving together and helping each other get through the loss of mother and his wife. And it's such a lovely story, and like I highly recommend, like absolutely love. Okay, the next book is What Was Meant to Be by QB Tyler as well. Loving the QB Tyler here. So this book is about Whitney and Jacob, and Jacob is Whitney's parents' best friend since like they was younger. They've known each other for years. And Whitney and Jacob was kind of like in a relationship when she was 18 secretly, but then Jacob had to go away because he's a doctor for many years, and then 3 years later he comes back because he hears that Whitney has got engaged and he's not happy with it and he wants her back. And so so good. Like when this came out, I binge read it in like one sitting and in one day, obviously, and it was just amazing. Like highly recommend this. The next book is Sweet Dandelion by Michaela Smeltzer. So this book is about Langland, is that how you say it? I'm not sure. And Danny. And Danny was in a school shooting, and her mother unfortunately passed away in that shooting, and she was obviously traumatized, so she's moved to another school and moved in with her older brother. So starts to see a school counsellor, and the counsellor is Lachlan. I think it's Lachlan. So she starts to eventually like talk to him. It does take a while because she's trying to get through like obviously this traumatic thing that happened, but they end up building like such a strong connection, and they obviously end up falling in love with each other, and that's what it's about. But there's so much more to it. It's not just about, you know, the romance. It's also about her like traumatic past, and you know, you get a lot about PTSD in this, which, you know, I loved. So yeah, highly recommend this. Obviously it is thick, but you read it so fast and you just really get invested in the story because you just really want to know, you know, what happens and if she gets a happily ever after, because she does deserve it. Okay, next book is Heartless by Elsie. So in this book, it's a small town cowboy romance. So Cade is looking for a babysitter for his son, and he ends up finding Willa, who is Summers from the first book's best friend. And he, you know, isn't happy with her at first, and it's kind of like a bit of enemies to lovers, but then he eventually starts to have feelings for her and see how good she is with his son and everything, and it all happens from that. And this is just such a good and lovely story, and I absolutely love this book and the whole series in general. And the last book I'm going to talk about is The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. So this is about Zara and Rowan, and Rowan is trying to get his inheritance, and so he owns like this theme park, and Zara obviously works for him, and they're not like, you know, fans of each other at the time. They're like a bit of enemies to lovers, and then they start to get feelings for each other and everything. And I just absolutely love this book as well. Like, highly recommend. Those are all the age gap book recommendations I have for you. Go and make sure to check out Michae's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe if you want. It's free, and hope to see you in my next video. Bye!